All right. So, passage 3, no title. In case if there is no title with a passage, then what will you do? Read the first paragraph. When there is no title, what are you going to do? Read the first paragraph. Chelsea Rockman, an ecologist at the University of California, Davis, has been trying to answer a dismal question. Is everything terrible or are things just very bad? Oh, this is the title actually. This is the mistake in the book. They have not highlighted it. It's not bold and all that. This is the title of the passage. And what is that? Is everything terrible or are things just very, very bad? Now, is everything terrible or are things very, very bad? Okay. All right. Smile. Okay. No worries. Now, we go to questions. Oh, thank goodness. True, false, not given. 27 to 33. Excellent. One word only. 34 to 39. And question number 40? MCQ. Single MCQ. And when there is single MCQ, it is based on all the passage. And it's question number 40. For that, you will not read any paragraph. You will just consider whatever you have read throughout the paragraph, and then you're going to answer that very question. So where should we start with? True, false, not given, or one word only? One word only. That's better. By this time, you will be familiar with the passage and you can do true, false, not given easily. Questions 34 to 39. Complete the notes below. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. Findings related to marine debris. Now let's go back and look for marine debris. Findings related to marine debris. Debris. Okay, it's there in first paragraph and second line. Marine debris. Findings. Okay. Findings. Look for findings. Related studies. Marine debris found the biggest threats were. Okay. Look for the threats. Biggest threats were. Alright. Actually, it's the second last paragraph on title page. They say here, within the studies they looked at. Now, within the studies, they looked at studies of marine debris found the biggest threats were. Now, they looked at, so it can be the threats or anything like that. Now, please come to question number 34. One more thing. Can you see they use the word plastic, not metal or wood? Now, the word plastic and metal and wood you will find in second last paragraph. Okay, so sometimes title and then the question both. Question number 34. Bits of debris that were dash harmful to animals. Bits of debris that were. Now listen, whenever they use the word that is, that was, answer is usually adjective. So, bits of debris that were dash harmful to animals. Now, which bits of debris were harmful to animals? Second last paragraph, let's read it together. Within the studies, they looked at most of the proven threats came from plastic debris rather than other materials like metal or wood. Most of the dangers also involved large pieces of debris, animals getting entangled in trash. Large pieces of debris. Come back to question. Bits of debris that were large. Now, bits of debris, what is the word for that? Pieces, absolutely. For bits, they use the word pieces. And debris that were large, and again, I tell you, whenever they say that is large, that there they use adjective, and that adjective comes before the noun. What is the noun in question number 34? Debris. Okay, so whenever they say debris that were or debris that is, answer usually come before that word, and that is actually large pieces of debris. Large pieces of debris means debris that was large. Okay, debris is the word for malba. You know malba, purane ghar ka malba, gand ka malba, kude ka malba, and all that. Question number 35. There was little research into, underline little research into, dash, for example, from synthetic fibers. Synthetic fiber, little research into something. It's the very next paragraph. But a lot of ocean debris is microplastic or pieces smaller than 5 millimeters. These may be ingredients used in cosmetic and toiletries, fibers shed by synthetic clothing. Okay, now you got to read on. Listen, read on and be careful. Okay, I'm reading it again. Please follow me and focus. We are doing academic reading part 3. It is highly difficult thing. Okay, so but a lot of ocean debris is microplastic. Microplastic means very small pieces or pieces smaller than 5 millimeters. These may be ingredients used in cosmetics and toiletries, fibers shed by synthetic clothing in the wash, or eroded remnants of larger debris. Compared to the number of studies investigating large-scale debris, Rockman's group found little research on the effects of these tiny bits. Now listen, little research on the effects of these tiny bits. What is the word that he has used for tiny bits of plastic? Microplastic. Answer came first. A lot of explanation. Now by the way, can you write your answer as these tiny bits? Because it's one word only. So one word for these tiny bits is microplastic, and that is written as one word. You will not write it micro and plastic. So correct answer is microplastic. Okay, just underline it, find where the answer is, and you can repeat it. Drawbacks of the studies examined. Now they're talking about the drawbacks. Most of them can be scientists or anything. Most of them focused on individual animals, not entire something. Look for the word animals. Next page, first paragraph. Okay, individual. All right, first paragraph, second page, second line. Many studies have looked at how plastic affects an individual animal or that animal's tissues or cells rather than whole population. And by the way, what is the word for whole? Excellent. So you learned one thing again, whole and entire. And answer is population. See that? And this is how you will improve your English. Good readers are good writers. You can improve your writing by reading. Good listeners are good speakers. You can improve your speaking by listening. Answer is population, and for entire they have used the word all. Okay, then there is some gap. We've got no gap. Question number 37. The dash of plastic used in the lab did not always reflect those in the ocean. Lab and ocean. The dash of plastic used in the lab. It's the very next line. Lab is there. Okay, after whole population, please follow me. And in the lab, scientists often use higher concentrations of plastic than what's really in the ocean. Higher concentrations of plastic than what's really in the ocean. Come back. The dash of plastic used in the lab did not always reflect those in the ocean. Concentration. They use the word here. Used in the lab did not always reflect those in the ocean. And what is there? They use, and in the lab scientists often use higher concentrations of plastic than what's really in the ocean. So higher concentration, and for that they use the word. The dash of plastic used in the lab did not always reflect. Did not always reflect and higher concentration. Answer is concentration. Okay. Next we've got there was insufficient information on, and then this question number 38. Before that, they said numbers of animals, and then the next point, the impact of a reduction in numbers on the dash of that species. Now, just focus the word reduction in numbers of reduction in numbers. The impact of reduction in numbers on the dash. Reduction in number of what? Reduction in number of what? Same paragraph. Third last line. None of that tells us how many birds or fish or sea turtles could die from plastic pollution, or how deaths in one species could affect that animal's predators. How deaths in one species could affect that animal's predators on the rest of the ecosystem. Animals' predators. So what is the question? The impact of a reduction in numbers on the predator of that species. What is the word for species? Animals. And what is the word for of that? For of that they used apostrophe S. Of that. For example, mobile of Yasin, it means Yasin's mobile, right? Friend of Komal, Komal's friend or best friend. No. It's a different story. Okay. So, predator is the right answer, okay? Question number 39. Rockman says more information is needed on the possible impact of future dash. Now, future is the important word. More information is needed on the possible impact of future dash, for example, involving oil. For example, e.g. they use such as. Next paragraph. We need to be asking more ecologically relevant questions. That means we need more information. Rockman says, usually scientists don't know exactly how disasters such as a tanker accidentally spills its whole cargo of oil and polluting huge areas of the ocean will affect the environment. So don't know exactly how disasters such as, and for such as they use the word e.g. Answer is no. They used e.g. for such as. What is the word before such as? Disasters. Absolutely. Read it again. Usually scientists don't know exactly how disasters. So Rockman says more information is needed on the possible impact of future disasters. Now what is the word for more information is needed? Scientists don't know exactly. Okay, that is for that. And what is the word for future? Will affect the environment. Will is the future word here. Okay, and how do we know answer is disasters? Very good clue is e.g. E.g. is for example, and for that they said such as tanker accidentally spilling its whole cargo of oil. Right? E.g. is such as, and before that the word is disasters. Is this clear? Now see that, have you noticed one thing? When you do sentence completion in part 1, it's easier.